If you're a real anime fan, especially of classic shonen like Bleach, Naruto, or Dragon Ball, you should be jacked, or at least training to be. Now, I love shonen anime. My top 3 anime of all time are Bleach, JoJo's, and Naruto. And I also love working out just as much. I've gotten abs, and now I'm on a bulk phase. So now let me explain to you why if you're an anime fan, you should be training to be jacked if you're not already jacked. So, freshman year me, I started watching Black Clover because a friend recommended it to me. And Black Clover is about a boy named Asta who grew up in a village with his friend Yuno. And Asta has absolutely zero magic. And Yuno has an insane talent for magic, so much so that he got a 4-leaf grimoire, which is one of the best grimoires out there because it's just so powerful. And Asta had to compete for Yuno to become the Wizard King. So what did he do? He trained insanely hard. He outworked everyone in his world. And eventually he rivaled Yuno, who, like I said, has way more talent than Asta does. So in the story, Asta is the underdog, right? He has no magic and his grimoire has a sword in it that allows him to cancel out magic. And I honestly really aligned with the character of Asta because when I was growing up, I was always super fat. I didn't have a whole lot of muscle. I didn't really enjoy exercising too much. So I was always the underdog when it came to fitness, just like Asta. But I realized that no matter where you start in life, there's always room to grow if you just start working at it, which is exactly what I started to do after watching Black Clover. Now, as I kept working out, I started watching Naruto, which is a very different story from Black Clover because Naruto is fully complete. There's beginning to end from Naruto growing up in his village to him becoming Hokage. And Naruto to this day still remains, I think, the most inspirational anime for me. And the reason for that is because through all of his trials, through everything that Naruto has gone through, from starting off as a guy who got rejected by everyone in his village for having the 9-tailed fox inside of him, to eventually becoming Hokage. And it showed me that no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many times you lose a fight, if you just keep going, you'll eventually get there. Because Naruto eventually became Hokage at the end. And that mindset of sticking for a dream for so long until you reach the goal is the only way I was able to complete my cut and get abs. And now after I cut down and I saw my abs, I realized that anime fans actually have the most potential hidden inside of them for change. And the reason for that is because all the media that we consume, all of the anime, all of the fighting, at the end of the day, it's about training, endurance, discipline, and becoming stronger than the person you were yesterday. And a very core part of these shonen animes are changing forms, which represent evolving yourself better than your previous self so that you can accomplish your goals. And that's exactly what happens with exercise. You first can't do an exercise, and then you train, and then you're able to do it. But here's the thing. You watch anime every day. You watch these protagonists fight out their battles, but you sit there doing nothing. So imagine this, your protagonist coming up to you, and if they saw you, what would they think? What would your favorite protagonist think about you in your current situation? I asked myself this. I asked, what would Naruto do in my situation? What would he think of me? Would he like my current self at this moment? No, probably not. Which is why I got the motivation to start exercising. And the motivation that I had didn't come from an insane amount of discipline that I was born with, because I was absolutely not disciplined in exercise in the beginning. But the reason I could follow through was because I wanted to be like these characters that I watched every single day. And I have a feeling that you want to be like that person too.